Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We are going to be testing out the new Fighter eyeshadow palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. It is such a beautiful, cool tone, kind of neutral color story. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love, so I'm really excited to do some live swatches with y'all. We'll do an eye look and then I'll kind of give you my thoughts at the end. This palette is going to be launching on July 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and all of the shadows are going to be available to purchase individually as well. So it says that the palette is $38.99. The single matte shadows are $4.99 each. The single multi-dimensional shimmers are $5.99 each, and the single multi-chrome shadow is $9.99. So before we jump into swatches, just to talk about the elephant in the room, I feel a little bit like insecure filming right now because yesterday I was playing with my dog. She is a puppy and she's like 50 pounds and she's just extremely energetic, and she was laying on the floor. I was petting her belly and she got up really fast and hit me in the face, and I just have the most ridiculous swollen busted lip. But I really wanted to film this for y'all, so I've just been like slathering Vaseline on, and it's just the realities of having a big dog. But let's go ahead and jump on into the swatches. Okay, so the very first shade we have is Cavalier, which is like a very blue toned gray matte. I love a good gray matte, so I was excited when I saw that. And then we have the shade Glory, which is like a soft multi-chrome purple, blue, pinky moment, super, super pretty. We've got Valor, which is a mustard grungy yellow. Love. So pretty. I kind of swatched those on top of one another, my bad. Next we have the shade Blade, which is a like gunmetal silver, super, super creamy metallic. We've got Fervor, which is like a really sparkly kind of like red bronzy shadow. And then we have Victory, which is so pretty. It's like this coppery orange, but it has these speckles of pink in it. Ooh, so pretty. The texture is just so nice. Next we have the shade Warrior, which is a little bit of a deeper gray matte. We have Might, which is, it's a really interesting shade. It's kind of like a brown base with a blue shift and golden sparkles. Like it's very murky and grungy, but very unique. And then lastly we have Marshall, which is a pretty cool toned brown matte. So this is definitely their most neutral palette yet. But I think it's so pretty. I feel like it's swatched really beautifully. The shimmer texture is so, so nice. So before we jump into the eye look, I did want to let you guys know that they're also coming out with a fragrance. So this is the Fighter perfume. It's described as a dark chocolate, marshmallow, and almond scent with floral accents. And I just asked to try their little rollerball version of it. Here's what it looks like, because I wasn't sure if I would like it, and it was like the smaller version. And it does smell very strongly of dark chocolate. I don't know that I love it, just because I feel like it does smell like a little bit artificial. And I'm also just like a very like floral scent kind of girl. That's what I always go for. I'll be curious when my boyfriend gets home. I'm gonna make him smell it and see if he likes it or not, but just in case you guys were curious, if you're into things like that, this is gonna be available as well. All right, so I already primed my eyes with the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5 Rumor. And I think I'm gonna start off with the shade Cavalier. I'm feeling a full-toned, cool, smoky moment today, so I'm excited about it. Just grabbing that on a What's Up Beauty R103, and I'm gonna take that through my entire crease as my transition shade. It does appear to be a little bit more on the buildable side, but it looks pretty soft, and it is blending. So just gonna build that up a little bit until I'm happy with it. And I do prefer to have a little bit more pigmentation on the outer V, and then kind of whatever's left over I'll bring inwards. I'm gonna take a Singe Beauty E02, which is a really good, like pretty precise little crease brush. And I'm gonna go into the shade Warrior next. Definitely getting a little bit more kick up from that shade, but I'm just gonna go ahead and place that right into my outer V for a little extra dimension. Just kind of placing it down mostly, and then we'll start blending in a moment. So just kind of tapping that in, getting it nice and pigmented. And something I've kind of been enjoying doing recently is taking whatever brush that I used on the outer V, and like you can slightly buff that out, but I'm not really super worried about it. I'm gonna go back into the original transition shade with that same brush and use that to go like right over the edge here. And I feel like it just makes your outer V blend so easy while also keeping that shape that I built up. I am gonna go back into my previous brush and just kind of go over that edge for just a second, just making sure everything is as soft as I want. So now let's go into a pencil brush. This is from Kaleidos, but unfortunately it's no longer available. I am gonna grab the shade Warrior again and just kind of connect what's happening on the outer V to the lower lash line. I'm like, I feel like I should do a pop of something different, but I'm kind of vibing with the monochromatic moment. Maybe let's just go into a little bit of Valor on the lower lash line just for a slight pop of something different. I kind of appreciate a mustard yellow in this color story. I feel like it's fun and different, so let's give it a go. I'm gonna take a BK Beauty 210 brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Glory. So I'm gonna kind of start that off on my inner corner because it's super sparkly and pretty. And then I'm gonna bring that up into my crease. Kind of just like this. Look how beautiful that is. And then also just getting the inner part just a little tiny bit right here. And then I really want to go into the shade Blade to fill in the rest of the blank spot there. So I'm going to use a Singe Beauty E01 for that, just to pick up that shade. It's picking it up really well. And just going to fill in the rest right there. I feel like those colors go together really well because they both have just like a strong blue undertone. I don't know that I love the lower lash line. Like, it's kind of cool, but it's not like necessarily doing anything for me. I might go into just a little tiny bit of the shade Might because it's really pretty just on that same brush, and tap a little bit of that over the outer V. I don't really know what else I could do to the lower lash line to make me like it more. Maybe once I add mascara, I'll feel better about it. But overall, I mean, everything that's happening on the lid is just super, super pretty. You guys know I love my cool tones. So I'm gonna go into the Ilia mascara just because I have been using the Maybelline Falsies Surreal every single day. It's such a good mascara that I need to make sure that I'm using all the mascaras I have open. So Ilia it is today. Okay, so for my cheeks, I think I'm gonna do a little combo of Prairie Air from ColourPop and then also the shade Cold One, which is a highlighter. And I'm actually gonna open them both up and then just kind of mix in between the two to get a little bit more of like a glowy pinky look. Kind of going back and forth a little bit and throwing that on. Because I kind of want to just do like a little bit of a simple cheek look today. And unfortunately, I'm not adding anything onto my lips just because it's craziness. And I also just want to like give myself time to like truly heal, even though I know it's not cute. At least Vaseline is glossy, and like if I do this, it's like low-key giving lip filler because my lips are swollen. Okay. There we have it. There's the finished look. I think it turned out cute. I feel like the quality of the shadows was really, really pretty. I don't know that the mattes in this palette are anything for me to like be absolutely raving about. Like, I feel like I've just been trying so many amazing matte formulas recently that I'm like, yeah, it did the job, but the shimmers are super, super pretty. Like, I feel like I don't know, I just appreciate like a fun, grungy neutral palette, and like the silver is just so metallic, and like the shimmer on the inner corner is so sparkly. So I'm really happy with it overall. You guys will have to let me know if you want to see more looks with this palette. I also feel like this color story is going to go really well with the eyeshadow palettes that they already have, just because it is a little bit more subdued, and I think that they're going to combine together really well, which I appreciate. So that is my first impression. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!